What's up YouTube, NCG here, bringing you a Spyral deck profile with double helix. Now, obviously with the sneak peek happening this weekend for circuit break, everyone is going to be after this bad boy, even though it's only an ultra, which is really good for all those that want to kind of not build Spyrals, but want to be able to get one of these for their cherries, just be able to have an easy out to them. Not that Spyrals are going to be as dominant as some of the previous meta decks, but they are still going to be incredibly strong. And what I will do at the end of the video is I'll show you a 2-card combo, which is just absolutely mental. So, without further ado, we'll go straight through the deck profile and we'll kind of show you what the deck comprises of. Now, Spyrals, believe it or not, they weren't actually that great until Double Helix came out. And obviously, now that they're talking about bringing out Double Helix, it just takes it to that whole new level. Like, a deck that's very rarely played to a deck that's probably going to be played all the time. And the most recent OCG update of the meta was having Spyrals at 97% or something like that, or 92%, which is absolutely crazy. Anyway, let's get on with the deck profile. So, we played triple Spyral Super Agent. This is your main card of the deck. As well as Double Helix, because Double Helix is treated as Super Agent on the board, and obviously all of your cards and effects resolve around having a Super Agent on board. So basically you declare the top card of your opponent's deck, monster, spell or trap. If it's the correct card, you special summon this guy, and then when this guy is special summoned, you can pop a back row as well of one of your opponents. So it's very cool, but you can only special summon it once per turn, but it's part of the combos that you can play. Obviously, there's 2 combos that can get you huge boards out, and that is obviously Drone and Spyral Super Agent, and then it's obviously Quick Fix and Machine Dupe. Now, as soon as you know, that's where Drone is also one of the most important cards in decks, because as soon as you know what your opponent's top cards are, you just go for it. And one thing that I do advise as well is, even if you haven't had the ability to get Drone on board, call it anyway. Try and special summon your Spyral Super Agent, because the worst thing that's going to happen is it's going to stay in your hand. But you get to know it's right. So then if you have the ability to get Double Helix on board, you already know what the top card is, so you can continue your combos anyway. So yeah, triple of that. Triple Spyral Quick Fix. This guy is busted as hell. The fact he is not once per turn, and there's so many ways to get him back into the graveyard even after you've used his effect, is ridiculous. So when he's normal special and you add a Spyral Gear card from your deck to your hand, that is how you draw so many cards from your deck. If this card is in your graveyard and you control Spyral Super Agent, so either Super Agent or Double Helix, you pitch a card and then special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. But because you overlay it, usually 9 times out of 10 into Princess Sprite or Dullahan, your detached material is going straight back to the grave for you to then loop again and again and again. So he is busted as hell. Triple Spyral Gear. Now, obviously the main effect of this card is to look at your opponent's top cards, rearrange them in any order, and then obviously you know what you're going to be calling for your Double Helix and your Spyral Super Agent. Another part of its effect that not many people use at this moment in time is, during each player's turn you contribute this card, then target 1 Spyral monster you control. It gains 500 attack for each card your opponent controls. You can banish this card and 1 Spyral card from your graveyard, then target 1 Super Agent in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So he's a recycler, and the fact that the gain of the effect isn't until the end of the turn, it's just continued, it's just absolutely busted as well. Double Last Resort. This guy, obviously, you use it mainly for its protect effect, so you target Spyral monster you control, equip this monster from your hand or field to that target. While this card is equipped to a monster by this effect, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. Now, the fact it doesn't say your opponent's is also massively important, because when you connect this to Sleeper, Sleeper just gets a free double pop, which I think is stupid as hell. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Once per turn, if this card is equipped to a monster by this effect, you can send 1 other card you control to the graveyard. The equipped monster can attack directly this turn. So you can boost up your Spyral Super Agent to like 29 with one of the equipped spell card fully armed, and then you're attacking directly for 29, which is pretty busted as well. Now, Double Sleeper. Most people play this at 1, but there is the ability to get 2 of these guys out on your first turn. Now, being able to get 2 of these guys out on first turn and equip them with both Last Resorts means you've got 2 2800 beaters that can't be destroyed by battle, can't be targeted, can't be destroyed by card effect or battle, can't be targeted, and then if you have the field spell out as well, your Last Resorts are protected on top of that, and then both Sleepers can go pop 4 cards. So from your opponent's opening 6 cards, if they can't get past this, you're popping 4 cards. If they can't bait out with monsters or anything like that, you're popping their back row, you're popping another monster, and then off you go. And even Strike can't stop this if it's equipped with Last Resort. Next week we play the One Master Plan. It is the worst card to open in your hand, because if you open it in your hand, your combo with Double Helix is slightly slowed down. Some people are considering playing 2, but for the chances that if you open up 1, you'll have the other, but it's really not worth it. At 1 is more than enough. So once per turn, you add a Spyral mission card from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, so when you link with it, you add a Spyral Resort and 1 Spyral monster from your deck to your hand, except Master Plan, and you can only use the effect of Master Plan once per turn. So it helps fuel your sleeper plays as well. Then you play 1 Glow Up Bulb, because you can play your Nat Beast, and it's very, very easy to get this guy to the graveyard. And then 1 Max C, because it's the strongest hand trap in this format at this moment in time. So that's it for the monsters. Now on to the spells. We play triple Spyral Resort and triple Terraforming. Now, this is a bit of a double-edged sword, because you want to see Resort in your opening hand as consistently as possible. But because you have so many other Spyral cards that can search it as well, your Terraforming sometimes become dead quite early on. But in that sense as well, you do have it as easy discard fodder for your plays for quick fix to bring that back. Anyway, so Spyral Resort, your opponent cannot target other Spyral cards you control with card effects, winning. Once per turn, you add 1 Spyral monster from your deck to your hand, again, winning. Once per turn, during your end phase, shuffle 1 monster from your graveyard into the deck or destroy this card. So, let me get this straight. You can shuffle back your Maxis, you can shuffle back your Master Plans, you can shuffle back your Glow Up Bulbs. You can pretty much shuffle back any monster you want. One thing to mention about this card is, when you shuffle back the monster, it has to go back to the main deck. So, you cannot shuffle back Spyral Double Helix to your extra deck, because the effect will still nuke itself. It has to go back to the main deck in order to stay on the board. So that's very, very important to remember. Triple Machine Dupe, this is your part of your 2-card combo with Quick Fix, or even Drone if you want it to be as well, but Quick Fix is just as bad and searches you out so much more. Triple Instant Fusion. Now, we play Triple Instant Fusion because we have 2 targets in our extra deck, and that kind of helps us get more pluses. So, by that, what I mean is, you play 3 of this, you go into Sea Monster Theseus, you sync that up with one of your quick fixes, go into Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon then syncs up with the other quick fix that you've used to go into Ancient Fairy Dragon. You then get a draw off of Coral Dragon. Your Ancient Fairy Dragon lets you special summon another one from hand. And then you just go from there. You pop your field spell when it's dead. You gain 1,000 life points. You search out another one. You play another one. You search another. It's just, it's repetitive bullshit. Anyway, double Spyral Gear Big Red. The biggest downside of this is you can only play 1 of them per turn. However, you target a Spyral monster in your graveyard and special summon it, and then the equipped card cannot be destroyed by battle. What the hell? So, always very, very important on that one. Double Spyral Mission Assault. So you destroy this card during the 3rd end phase after activation. Once per turn, if a Spyral monster you control destroys a monster by battle, or if you destroy a card or cards on the field with a Spyral monster's effect. So if you use Super Agent or if you use Sleeper, you then get to draw 1 card. You banish this card from your graveyard to special summon a Spyral from hand. 1 for 1, if you drop this, it just pretty much boosts your combos even more. Foolish Burial for your Glow Up Bulbs, your Quick Fixes, and of course your drones. Rhoda for your Spyral Quick Fix, Spyral Super Agent. Regeki for the board wipes. A Spyral Fully Armed, because this can be searched and obviously gives a massive boost to your monsters. You don't have to play this, it can be taken out. I just think it's very, very cool and fun in the deck. And then finally, a 1 rank up Magic Astral Force. This helps you get into, believe it or not, Utopia Zexal. And having Utopia Zexal plus a Deco Tour card plus 2 sleepers, it's just endless fun for your opponent. It really isn't, but it's how bad and strong this deck can be. Don't have to play it, it is a choice. It's exactly the same as Glow Up Bulb. I just like having the ability. I mean, just imagine, your opponent's pretty much going to scoop. If you can end a board with a sleeper, at least 1 sleeper, a Nat Beast, and a Utopia Zexal, plus a Deco Talker, you're just sitting there going, what are you going to do? Anyway, last on the traps, we play double Spyral Mission Rescue. Artwork is absolutely amazing, gotta love it. Destroy this card during your 3rd end phase after activation. Once per turn, you target 1 Spyral monster in your graveyard, return it to the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Spyral monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So this obviously helps out. You can only activate 1 Spyral Mission Rescue per turn. This helps extend your combos from the graveyard. So sometimes if you haven't got the ability to overlay one of your quick fixes, you can just banish this instead and it doesn't get banished. And then finally, Spiral Gear Utility Wire, again, searchable, and then you're usually going to be controlling a super agent. You get to target a face-up card your opponent trials and place it on top of the deck. So not only do you loop your opponent, you get to know what's on top of your opponent's deck as well. You can slow them out massively. So imagine having this and a sleeper or two sleepers. You're popping 4 of their cards and then you're spinning 1 of their cards back to the top of the deck, so they're left with 1 card to try and beat you with. Not that it can't be done, and obviously not to mention the hand traps that exist in the game to slow you down and disrupt you, but it is a possibility. Okay, now onto the extra deck. Very straightforward. Double Spiral, Double Helix. Again, you can play this at free if you want because it is an Ultra. I still reckon it'll be about a £20 to £30 Ultra card, purely because so many people are going to want it. But it's not that hard to get hold of now. 1 Proxy Dragon and 1 Deco Talker. The biggest downside for Deco Talker is the arrow at the top. As soon as if we get a link free that has 3 links down here, or even a link free that just has 2 down there, you know, that's kind of what you'll be going for. The 1 Thousand Eyes Restrict and the 1 Sea Monster of Fessia. So I got this from Lithium. Very, very cool little combo. You basically instant fuse into Sea Monster of Fessia, and that opens up your synchro plays. But making sure that your instant fusions aren't dead, because you've got that tad bit of space. If you want to play the 3rd quick fix, then by all means that's what that will be. But Thousand Eyes Restrict can be that 1 instant fusion, pay 1,000 life points, steal 1 of your opponent's monsters, end phase they both go, and then you can just build your board with the rest of the stuff you need, or, you know, kind of use it as link material to move on a little bit further. So it does give you them options. Synchros, obviously the 1 Nat Beast because of the Glow Up Bowl play, the 1 Coral Dragon for the Thessios play plus the +1, and then the Ancient Fairy Dragon for the other pluses and your life points and the 3k defension and the special summon from hand. Then onto our rank 1s, we play the 1 Ghost Trick Dullahan and 2 Sylvian Princess Sprite. I really, really like Princess Sprite. I think the artwork is absolutely beautiful. The effect is really, really cool as well, because if you mill a monster in grave, it doesn't really matter, because if you've milled a monster, you've either got fodder for your quick fix plays, or you've got fodder for your sleeper plays. Not to mention that if you mill a spell or trap, it can help extend your plays, especially with number 39 Utopia Roots. This is your 1 card drop into a Utopia Zexal. Again, very, very cool and very, very consistent play when you get the card you need. And then wrapping it up with the 1 Tornado Dragon for the rank 4s, as it is one of the best rank 4s at this moment in time. Now, when Circuit Break officially releases, you'll probably take this out for number 41, because we all know that that card is just as much of a badass. But you've got to remember that your rank 4s are quite limited, because you only play 5 of them. You play 2 Last Resorts and 3 Super Agents. So the options are there, just remember. Okay, so before we finish this deck profile, as promised, I will do you a quick 2-card combo for the Spirals, and all you're going to need is 1 quick fix and 1 machine dupe. Now, obviously, if you want a more consistent combo, all you need to do is open up your Spiral Super Agent or your Spiral Gear Drone. Now, obviously, it doesn't let you go as far as these guys, but this is still massively, massively important, because you normal summon your drone. Your drone lets you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you special summon the Spiral Agent, and then straight away you've got a double Helix. So that is kind of your options there, but we will go with the more commonly known Machine Dupe and Spiral Quick Fix. Okay, so now as promised, onto the 2-card combo of Quick Fix and Machine Dupe. Obviously you do have more abilities with your drone and of course Spiral Super Agent, but even though that's a more consistent combo, it obviously doesn't get you as far. So let's go on with this one anyway. We normal summon our Quick Fix. Quick Fix's effect goes off to search us out. Where are we? Search us out our drone. We then activate Machine Dupe and send triple up Quick Fix. Gives us 2 more Quick Fixes. One searches you out your Big Red, the other searches you out your Last Resort. Then link Quick Fixes together for your Spiral Super Agent, Double Helix, sorry. Then use Quick Fixes effect engraved, because he counts as a Super Agent, to pitch your Spiral Gear Drone and revive Quick Fix. Now, obviously, I'm going to put this one here in defense mode, so we know it's going to get banished if it leaves the field. We're then going to use Big Red, and Big Red is going to revive Drone. Drone is then going to look at our opponent's top 3 cards. We rearrange them in any order, and we know what they're going to be drawn into. So we then use Double Helix's effect and call it right, obviously, and get ourselves a Spiral Master Plan. Now, Spiral Master Plan is then going to search us out a mission, so you can either go for the spell, or 9 times out of 10 you'll be going for the trap card. So our hand is still +2. We're then going to link Spiral Master Plan and Double Helix together. And that's going to get us into, wrong deck, That's going to get us into Deco Talker. Now, because Spyral Master Plan left the board, her effect will go off to give us a last resort. Where are we? A Spyral Resort, and then a monster. So we'll search out Sleeper, considering it is the other part to our combo with the last gear. Activate Resort. Resort's effect to search us out a Spyral Super Agent. Use Spyral Super Agent's effect to special summon itself because we know what our opponent's top card is because of, thankfully, Drone. We then have the ability to pitch Resort. Resort will then bring us back this quick fix. I don't believe I searched with the other quick fix, so I'll search two at the same time. So we'll search our second resort from that one, and then on this one that I forgot to search on, you'll search out your fully armed. So obviously you've got to remember to always search. Then what we'll do is we overlay these two here because they will get banished, but because we're going to overlay them, they'll go as a material, not as a monster, so you get it back, it won't be banished. Obviously you'd shuffle the deck up. From here on, it's kind of extending your plays. There's no real issue with this, but it's just to detach the material. So we shuffle it up a little bit. We'll detach a quick fix, and that will mill us a Spyral Super Agent to grave, which isn't the end of the world because we've got more fodder for our sleeper there. Then what we're going to do is we will use Quick Fix's effect again, the other one in grave that we've just detached to pitch fully armed to bring us back another quick fix. Now again, at this point you can search pretty much any gear you want. Big Red is still on board because it is attached to that. So search yourself out your utility wire. Then overlay the quick fix that will get banished and your drone, and go into Ghost Trick Dullahan if you want. Wrong deck again. Or you can go into, so you go into your Ghost Trick Dullahan. Or if you don't want to do that, you could obviously link up your Princess Sprite and this quick fix so it doesn't get banished. So they will all go to the grave, and you go into Proxy Dragon. Then you overlay Drone and this quick fix here, and go into Ghost Trick Dullahan, because then you've got disruption during your opponent's turn. And then on extension of that, you've got plenty of monsters or plenty of Spyral cards in the graveyard to banish for Sleeper. So let's go get rid of our three that we're not really useful. Gear, fully armed, and go into Double Helix. We banish those three. We get ourselves a Sleeper to grave. We'll then to field. Then we then attach Last Resort to Sleeper. We can set the utility wire on our Super Agent, and obviously we can equip it with Last Resort as well if we want to protect it that way. We still have Mission in Graveyard, so by banishing the Mission in Graveyard, we can bring back our Super Agent if we want, and we can overlay into Tornado Dragon there if we want to, or there, entirely up to you how you'd want to do it. The other options, of course, is you could bring back a quick fix to get another search off. You could leave the Super Agent on there and leave the Rescue in grave. From there on, it's really down to you on how you'd want to play it. Obviously, by leaving an agent on board, you've got a utility wire to bounce back, and then you can put the Last Resort on it to protect it. Your other option as well is if you can bring back, you banish the Rescue, bring back your quick fix. Quick fix searches you out a Big Red for your next turn play. There we go. And then you could link these two together for your second Double Helix and put him there. And then obviously you can equip him with Last Resort. Utility wire is then also live as well. And then you're spinning back one of these monsters, one of those 5 monsters to your grave, and then you've got that there. So not only have you got Proxy Dragon that can protect, you've got Deco Talker that can protect and negate any targeting, you've got Double Helix, which is live with utility wire, you've got Sleeper that can pop 2 for free, and your opponent can't target this, or this. So you've pretty much got a huge amount of protection on board. Now obviously there are different ways that this combo can turn out, but having a board like that, it's always going to be fun. Like, okay, so your opponent Regekis you. Let's go worst case scenario. Your opponent Regekis you. You lose Proxy Dragon, Dullahan, and Deco Talker because Proxy Dragon can't protect instead of. So you have the ability there, or you can get rid of this to protect the rest. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. But these are all protected by these. You can't take that out, sorry, because it can't be destroyed. You would have to destroy it by battle or card effect, but neither of these can be destroyed by battle or card effect because you've equipped them with Last Resort. So you won't be able to protect, but they would go. You've then got a Sleeper that can still pop 2. You've still got a Spyral Super Agent that can bounce 1 as well. So you have the ability to do a hell of a lot of disruption. So believe it or not, the deck is going to be a pain in the butt when it hits the meta for us this weekend, and obviously when it's officially released next weekend. So that is it for the deck profile. I hope this gives you a couple of ideas of how to play spirals or how to even battle spirals. Obviously, the best outs to spiral at this moment in time will be hand traps. Dropping them at the right time. Stuff like Drawn on Lockbird just completely slows their adding down. So that's a very good card to look into. Obviously, they are all going to be quite expensive. And Winter Cherries to hit the double helix. Anyway, I hope this helps. Hope this gives you a couple of ideas. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Don't forget to check out our 2,000 like and subscriber giveaway that we've got going on our Facebook page. The links will be in the description below, so check that one out. You can win loads of Ultimate Guard stuff, like from mats to deck boxes to sleeves, not to mention Yu-Gi-Oh! Special Editions, Codes of the Duelist, or if you're a Pokemon fan from our Pokemon channel, a special edition Pokemon box as well. So, like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys. See ya.